The new In Flames album, Foregone, drops on February 10th, 2023 on Nuclear Blast Records. When promotion first began a few months ago, we got 3 nasty bangers right in a row, complete with nasty old-school melodic death metal riffs and all harsh vocals. In chronological order, those were the songs State of Slow Decay, The Great Deceiver, and Foregone Part 1. Together, these songs casted shades of In Flames' earlier work, such as 1999's Colony or 2000's Clayman, and really had OG fans of the band buzzing in anticipation for a potential throwback record. However, it's now looking like Foregone will be pulling influence from In Flames' entire discography, in addition to giving listeners some intense new surprises. Said surprises are mostly coming at us from former Chiodos drummer Tanner Wayne and former Megadeth guitarist Chris Broderick, who both absolutely shine on these new In Flames songs so far from what we've heard. Getting back to the singles, the next single to follow, Foregone Part 2, incorporated more clean singing and had more of a Come Clarity vibe, harkening back to the lighter side of that album, such as the song Dead End or even the title track. And now the latest single, Meet Your Maker, which went live at 10 a.m. Eastern on Monday, January 16, 2023, is here, and it's akin to one of the heavier tracks on 2006's Come Clarity, like Scream or Take This Life. It has an awesome intro with a big growl, there's a sick riff with a ton of gallops, it's heavy as fuck. It has a very catchy melody to it, really cool note arrangement there. The highlight of it for me, though, was the awesome double bass work, the awesome kick work from Tanner Wayne. From there, it goes into a typical verse riff, kind of mid-paced, typical harsh vocals from Anders. Overall, it's good. It's just a typical In Flames verse. Nothing special, but it's not a bad riff. It's not a bad part. Then there's a weird pre-chorus-chorus hybrid section. There's no real defined pre-chorus, except for this cool transition that they do to move into the chorus, and that's where the clean vocals come in, and they fit the part really well. It doesn't feel too out there for Anders to make that switch, because the music does a pretty big shift on its own. So everything feels connected, and nothing feels out of place. And I've complained about Anders' clean singing in the past, when it sounds a little too, whiny. There are some parts that he's done in the past that made me think Jonathan Davis or Marilyn Manson, and he didn't really do that in this song. It's just a very typical melodic chorus from Anders. It sounds really good. So the Bouncy Boy verse returns, same as the first, different lyrics, obviously. And then that weird pre-chorus transition comes back, and it's kind of an octave chord thing from what it sounds like. They might have some synth happening. There might be a little bit of electronic programming going with these sliding chords, but they do this cool octave chord pre-chorus transition again with cymbal chokes. And it happens the same way the first time, so it's a really cool dynamic between the strings and the drums, and then the chorus melody kicks in, the melody riff or melody lead that Bjorn has written to go over the chorus to really signify that we're in the chorus at this moment, and that's when the clean vocals drop back in. Sick solo from Chris Broderick. That was really cool to see and hear. If you watch the music video for Meet Your Maker, you're going to love this solo. He looks great in the video, and the solo has a ton of shred, but has a lot of really cool, sustained, harmonized melodies as well. It's a very memorable solo. I encourage you to not only watch the video for the song, but pay extra close attention to this solo. It's really cool to see Chris shining in a band like In Flames. We kind of go back to the verse after this point. There's a cool, partial verse build-up. It's more of a transition than it is actually returning to the part, and that's how they get back into the chorus, the final chorus. So again, there's nothing wrong with this. It's well done. It's tasteful. Nothing feels out of place, but it is the typical In Flames pop song structure overall for this one. So now after that final chorus, we transition back to the intro. So the outro is the intro. It's that heavy riff with the flying double bass and the fast gallops I was talking about earlier. It's such a cool part. It's when the song starts, you don't know what you're in for. You don't know if you're going to get more of a melodic death metal song, as in more of like on the death metal side of melodic death metal, or if you're going to get a more melodic In Flames song. And overall, Meet Your Maker is a nice combination of the two sides of In Flames, like the 90s era and then the 21st century era of the band. So I guess the question now is, so what will the rest of the new In Flames album have in store for us? In my opinion, this is the best material they've released since Come Clarity, which I felt served as a nice bridge-building album between fans of the OG albums of the 90s and fans of the newer, more poppy-sounding records of the 2000s and the 20-teens. So far, there is a little something for all fans of In Flames, new and old, on this record, and I just hope they stuck with that formula for the rest of the tracks. Thanks for watching, guys. Give us a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.